Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. So today I'm going to tell you the entire book list for UPSC preparation, starting from GS1, GS2, GS3, 4, essay and even answer writing, so that you can go ahead and refer to this particular book list for preparation of UPSC. Let me tell you one very simple thing. UPSC book list for pretty much all the toppers when it comes to GS 1 to 4, essay writing and answer writing is going to be pretty much the same. It is not going to be much different at all. There are one or two books that some toppers might have used during their preparation, but the whole key is that 95% of the books always remain the same. So you don't need to actually go ahead and look for any different kind of books. Yes, what you can look for is different online sources. During a search, if you find something that is helping you in preparation, definitely go ahead and use that. And for the online sources, I will make a different session altogether. So let's go ahead and dive right into which of the books that you need subject wise. So the first one is GS1, and in GS1 we are going to start with Indian art and culture. And for Indian art and culture, I would recommend to you that you start your preparation with the NCERT Ancient History book. Now you will say, sir, why to study ancient history book first for art and culture? The reason I say is because if you have an understanding of the ancient Indian history, then it will be much easier for you to actually go ahead and dive into the Indian art and culture studies. सीधा Indian art and culture पढ़ने लग जाओगे तो context creation mind में नहीं होगा, रट्टाबाजी type हो जाएगा. Okay, so I would suggest start with ancient Indian history, because you will anyways be studying this for ancient history, and once you start with this book, you finish this book, then you go ahead and actually start your ancient art and culture preparation. And mostly art and culture comes from the ancient times only, maybe little bit from medieval. For that, you start with an introduction to Indian art part 1, which is a class 11th fine arts book of NCERT. This book is available on Amazon also, through NCERT website also, so you can download this book and study this. So first study the ancient India book to create context in your mind about the Indian history of ancient times, and then after that go ahead and read this particular book, because this will give you a lot of context. This will give you a lot of context, and this will become super easy to read after that. Apart from that, you can also refer to my notes which I made when I was studying, and those are also helpful. Now after you have studied these two books, you go ahead and go for Nitin Singhania book, because this book covers art and culture holistically from top to bottom, meaning from ancient to medieval to even modern times. It is covering all the aspects: paintings, sculptures, architecture. So all these things are very comprehensively covered. So after these two books, you can come to this book, and eventually you will be studying medieval history, you will be studying some modern history. So there you will also get an idea about other and art and culture stuff which is discussed here. So this is the chronology in which I would study art and culture. The next book you can also kind of refer to is NCERT Living Crafts Traditions of India. This book, Living Craft Traditions of India, I have written it down. I will post this on the community channel, and that will also help you to further cover a lot of arts and culture. So this is how you cover arts and culture. Don't spend more than maybe 20 to 25 days covering this particular portion, including the ancient India part, because otherwise you will be spending too much time on this. The next one is about medieval India. Ancient India, I already told you, cover this one. Now I will tell you a special strategy that I used to use for my personal studies. I used to study from a base book. Base book meaning some book I had decided कि ये मेरा foundational text होगा. So from this foundational text I would study. But when I would revise the second reading or the third reading, when I would revise, I would use some other book that has been recommended and that a lot of people use. So for example, for ancient history, a lot of people also use Tamil Nadu text, Tamil Nadu history book, ancient history book that is available online for free PDF downloads are available. So I used to use that as a complement to this book. So a lot of students say, sir, कौन सी पढ़नी है, तमिलनाडु पढ़ें कि ये पढ़ें? सीधा सा फंडा है. Start with this, understand the concepts, and then in your first or second revision, go through the Tamil Nadu book, because 90% of the content is the same. 10% of the content is a little different. That will help you to break the monotony of learning, as well as you will be able to revise in a much more effective way. So when people tell you एक book पे stick रहना, एक book पे stick रहना, yes, stick to one book. But when you're revising, you can refer to some other book, read it quickly, understand what are some extra things given, write them down, or maybe note them down in your base book, your foundation book, and then you can always come back to your foundation book and revise from that. So your third, fourth revision can be from your foundation book. So the whole point is that दूसरे एक तो इधर उधर के सोर्सेज यूज करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट एक फाउंडेशनल टेक्स्ट होना चाहिए और उसके एडिशन में आप कोई और टेक्स्ट यूज कर सकते हैं. So this applies to all the subjects. For now, moving to ancient, I told you, you can also use the Tamil Nadu text for revision, so that you can get a better context, better understanding of the subject. But for medieval, you can use this NCERT class 11th book on medieval India. This is a very good book, but this is very thick and very intense book. So I would say try to skim through it as fast as possible and just go through the more important periods of medieval history are definitely the Mughal period, from which sometimes a few questions come. The art and culture of this time. The Sultanate period is not that important, so you can study that last. And towards the end of the ancient times, the Cholas and all these kings, were very important. They kind of lie on the boundary of the ancient and the medieval. Some people consider them medieval, so here they have been given in the medieval book. So these are important because these are indigenous kings and they are very, very important to study. So I would say that pick and choose from this book. It's a very thick book, and you could even study this a little later. It's not that important. Many questions from these have not come for years. What other thing is important in medieval India is various saints, various social reform movements that they were trying to start. So various saints that and various philosophies that the saints came up with, that is important to study. Various social reform movements they tried to start, that is important. And then Mughal period is slightly important, especially the cultural developments, the religious developments at that time. And of course the Cholas and other such indigenous kings and their achievements are very important. For example, the Vijayanagar Empire, that is very important. So focus on that. Don't focus on things that UPSC has not been focusing on, which is the Sultanate period. Just know a brief history of that. Alright, so this is how I would study medieval India. Not much time I will devote to it. Then the third one, which is very important, is the freedom struggle of India. There are two books that many aspirants look for to study for freedom struggle. Either the India's freedom struggle, Struggle of Independence by Bipin Chandra, and the Modern India Freedom Struggle by Spectrum. These two books are both important, both good, but pick one. इसमें story format में दे रखा है, इसमें सीधा points format में दे रखा है. So if you like to study in story format, if you like to understand the whole history in a more kind of a not a novel per se, it's a non-fiction obviously because it's real history of India. So if you like to study in a non-fiction sort of a way, you can go for this particular book. But if you like to study in a notes format where you are bang to the point, then you can go for this particular book. My personal strategy was I started with this. I did first 2 readings of this. Third reading I quickly looked through Spectrum. मैंने जल्दी से ये इसके पढ़ने के बाद ही पढ़ ली थी, तो मुझे आइडिया लग गया था क्या पढ़ना है क्या नहीं पढ़ना है. And then I was able to kind of make a lot of sense because 90% of the content in both is same. There is only a difference of a few things. All right. In this, I would suggest in Spectrum book, if you picked Spectrum book, skip the initial few chapters. I don't think you need to study the first. I've made a separate video for this, which is also already online. You don't need to study chapter 1. You don't need to study chapter 2. You don't need to study chapter 3 even. You really need to start from chapter 5. In fact, chapter 5 or 6. So 3-4 यूनिट जो शुरू में उनको बाद में पढ़ सकते हैं, स्किप कर सकते हैं. नॉर्मल उसमें से बहुत कम आते हैं क्वेश्चंस, तो उसमें लास्ट में लें. और वो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेट, जब तक आप एक्चुअली मैटर पे पहुंचते हैं, जहां से ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, जब तक आप एग्जॉस्ट हो जाते हैं. सो आई वुड से स्टार्ट फ्रॉम लेटर चैप्टर्स. दैट्स व्हाई आई प्रेफर दिस बुक बिकॉज यहाँ पे क्या है, सीधा वहीं से स्टार्ट होता है. So you can apply my strategy also. First 2 readings from this and the third reading from that book. So that way you are able to revise also more effectively. You are able to soak in additional material also, and you have multiple references. Now this strategy only works for such particular subjects in which sources are there, multiple sources are there. All right. So ancient history हमने cover कर ली, medieval history cover कर ली, freedom struggle cover कर लिया, India post independence. For that I don't have the book right now, but the book that you want to refer to is the India since independence, Bipin Chandra's book. Good book. Really good read, fast read, you can refer to that. World history, now next, world history is important but not that important. For prelims, 0 questions from world history, and for mains maybe 1 or 2 questions, sometimes more than that. So NCERT class 11 book is there, or vision के notes are there. You can get either of these and world history will be sufficiently covered. इसके beyond कहीं जाओ मत, ज़्यादा time waste मत करना इस पे. Okay, then next, let's go to geography. Geography, there is a new kind of notes that come from PMF IAS. These are good notes, you can refer to that. Then class 11th NCERT is also important. So class 11th NCERT is this, fundamental of physical geography. This is a class 11th textbook of geography. ये काफी अच्छी बुक है, इसको आप रेफर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, ये तो पूरी आपको पढ़नी है और PMFIS की पढ़नी है. इन दोनों से आपकी ज्योग्राफी बहुत अच्छी हो जाएगी. और एक GC लियोंग की बुक आती है. दिस पर्टिकुलर बुक बाय GC लियोंग इज ऑल्सो वेरी नाइस. अगर आप ये दोनों बुक पढ़ने के बाद ही पढ़ोगे, इसमें वर्ल्ड क्लाइमेट्स, क्लाइमेटोलॉजी पे काफी फोकस है, इसलिए मुझे अच्छी लगती थी बुक. मैंने फटाफट पढ़ डाली थी. मैक्सिमम 10 डेज की बुक है, उससे भी कम लगेंगे आपको. एक बार आप फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ ज्योग्राफी आपके क्लियर कर लेंगे, तो उसके बाद इस बुक पे आ सकते हैं. और फाइनली आपको हमेशा जब आप ज्योग्राफी पढ़ रहे हैं तो एक ऑक्सफोर्ड अपने साथ में रखनी चाहिए और उससे मैप्स रेफर करने चाहिए अलग अलग. ठीक है, और बाई चांस मेरा पुराना कोई नोट्स निकल गया इसमें, एनीवेज. और उसके बाद आपको अमित सेन गुप्ता का एक ज्योग्राफी चैनल है यूट्यूब पे, उसने ज्योग्राफी के बहुत सारे फंडामेंटल्स वहां पे क्लियर करें, वो भी आप रेफर कर सकते हैं. इट्स ए ग्रेट रिसोर्स. ऑलराइट, now let's move on to the Indian society. Indian society is the final part of GS1, and for this you need to go for NCERT sociology or books in class 11th and that are available out there. Class 11th और 12th की भी एक बुक है, वो भी आप देख सकते हैं. वैसे जरूरत नहीं है पर देख सकते हैं. और राम आहूजा की एक इंडियन सोसाइटी की बुक आती है, Amazon पे डालेंगे, गूगल करेंगे तो आपको इजीली ये मिल जाएगी. So these are the GS1 sources. Next class I'm going to tell you the GS2 sources so that you can digest all the sources that I've told you today. And I will come out with that very soon, maybe tomorrow itself. So see you. Bye bye. thank you everyone for looking at the GS1 sources in today's class. I would also like to say that a lot of sources are there for UPSC, so sometimes it becomes very hard to manage all these different sources at one time. So don't take too much tension. एक बुक के साथ ही हमेशा अपनी पढ़ाई शुरू करो, काम शुरू करो. Don't try to buy all the books. Just buy one by one. In whichever subject you have started your studies, just get that particular book, get that particular source, और उसके साथ अगर आप पढ़ाई शुरू करोगे तो आपका mental calmness, anxiety वगैरह जब कम रहेगी और आपका एक अच्छा डिसिप्लिन बना रहेगा. So I just want to finish with that. Just need to get one book at a time, and that will be enough for the preparation. Take care. Bye bye.